We fill all the bathtubs and the sinks, and we got pictures of water because we were ready for her. Wow. Well, that's the way we grew up. Absolutely. But that's not the way, that's not the way it is to be. And he was like, I want to be therapy. I don't want to have my baby come home and ain't no lights, water, gas, and the phone off, or we don't have a car, the car was repoed, and that's what we did. He said we would go out. He said, I don't want that. He said, well, that's what you do. Your credit is no better, your name is no better than your credit. That was before the internet. So, but I grabbed something from them. And it's all we do. And how put me with a man that this how you sleep. $2 house. We spend $2 a house. And for me to have a finance I hadn't even gotten started in it. But that's what pushed me.
The original name of Egypt is Kemet. And Kemet means the land of the blacks.
Some of the first samurai in Asia were Africans.
King Abubakar sailed to America before Columbus.
Math and science originated in Africa.
All of humanity comes from Africa. King Mansa Musa is the richest man to ever live. Africa is a continent, not a country.
Imhotep was the world's first known genius, and he was a doctor, an architect, a poet, and a priest, and the most important fact was he was a black man.
The ancient Egyptians were black people.
It's your Earth Day, Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. Can't nobody stop us when we all held high. So go Baba, go Watoto, go yay yay. It's your Earth Day.
Family is African technology. That's something that we have to start acknowledging. Elementary, high school, and college, we have to listen to our spirit, who we following. They say that all we do is fight and kill each other. That's a lie, no, for a fact that we still feel each other. I'm a RBG, rep my colors for life. That mean I look out for my children and I love my wife. That mean I worship my mother and look out for my brother. That mean it hurts to see the BS that we do to each other. Got respect for my elders and they watching me too. Go to the ancestor altar for whatever we do. My Watoto are fearless, cause they know who we are. When they look for something equal, they just look at the stars. We ain't worried about no cracker or the gun that he got, cause a strong black family is something that he can't stop.
Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. Can't nobody stop us when we all held high. So go Baba, go Watoto, go yay yay. It's your Earth Day. Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. Can't nobody stop us when we all held high. So go Baba, go Watoto, go yay yay. It's your Earth Day. Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. I give my life for your African, cause we don't die. As I ride on the spiral, looking down on the earth, thinking how we waste our time, we don't know what we worth. It's like we numb from the hurt, but mad at the pain. It don't reflect who we are, it's just the way that we train. Got respect for my sister, deep inside we the same. Raising our sons and our daughters to get us back in this game. Try to lift up our people as I lift up myself. My family is my wealth, my family is my health. Even ride for my family, don't got knowledge of self. They know I'm not afraid of crackers, so they call me for help. The black woman is God, and I proved it 5 times. That mean my wound is sacred and I'm proud of mine. Raised to walk in dignity and never backslide. Watching me and my black king repping black pride. Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. Can't nobody stop us when we all held high. So go Baba, go Watoto, go yay yay. It's your Earth Day. Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. Can't nobody stop us when we all held high. So go Baba, go Watoto, go yay yay. It's your Earth Day.
Let anybody take your mask off. Be proud of our heritage. And somebody said earlier tonight, we don't have anything to be ashamed of. Somebody full of lies. Couched it in language. They made everything black, ugly, and evil. Look in your dictionary.
F-A-M-I-L-Y. Black F-A-M-I-L-Y.
To cry out, you know, that we need to love one another, that we need to stay together, that the family is the unit, the family is the key. The family is where the divinity is. You know what I'm saying? Family is African science, it's African technology, you know what I'm saying? And when our families are strong, our communities are strong. And if our communities are strong, we strong. You know what I'm saying? And the things that happen in our community, the things that people get away with in our community is a reflection of our community's strength or lack thereof. It's a reflection of where we are as a people. You know, one thing that's unique about black people, though, when we say black community, are we really talking about a place where black people live? Because I know I was raised on the mantra that you grow up, you get a good job, and you leave the black community. That the black community was something to get out of, something to escape from. You know, so it's kind of hard to have that mentality to want to escape it, but then have a commentary on its condition afterwards, you know, or even during, you know, or even during. So it's a very interesting thing. It's an interesting double entendre, a double psychosis that we deal with, where we say get out of it on one hand, but on the other hand we say heal the hood. We say stop the violence. We say increase the peace. But then on the other hand we say get out. If you're good, you can get out. If you're successful, you can leave. And then those of us who leave and we make adequate income or whatever, we don't reinvest. There is not a reinvestment among black people in our community, right? So we say stop the violence, stop the poverty, stop this, stop that, stop being ratchet, pull your pants up. We have all kind of instructions for the black community, but we don't want to invest in it. We don't want to live in it. Therefore, are we really taking responsibility for it? Can you really take responsibility for something that you don't take care of, that you don't engage in, that you don't participate in? How can you take responsibility for that? Or is it that those of us that have left the community, we're screaming that the people who are still there are the ones that are responsible for it, are the ones that should be taking care of it, right? Okay, well then that means you really don't have nothing to say. Because if you're going to leave me here to take care of it, your input's no longer needed. You're not in the fight with me anymore. You're not taking responsibility with me anymore. It's like if I take in a family member, but another family member wants to call and coach me on what to do all the time, right? But you're not here. You're not struggling with it every day. You don't deal with it every day. You're on the outside looking in. And I'm supposed to assume, I guess, maybe because you're educated, maybe because you got a nice job, I'm supposed to assume that you know what you're talking about when it comes to the black community. I'm to assume that because you are a supervisor at General Motors, that you know what goes on in the black community, that you can help, or that you're the assistant chief of something, or the executive chair of this. But you're not here every day. So what is taking responsibility? We talk about our youth. I'm going to tell you something. Black youth between the ages of 16 and 24 are the most unemployed group of people in America. The most unemployed group of people in America are black youth. Are black youth between the ages of 16 and 24. Most unemployed group. Who's taking responsibility for them? Who's taking responsibility of preparing them for opportunities? For providing them with opportunities? What does taking responsibility of our youth, for our youth, really look like? Is it just looking out for your children, your personal children? But what about their peers? Studies show that the #1 influence on children is other children. So if we're not engaged in providing institutions and opportunities for children outside of your household, are we really taking responsibility for our children? How many of us come home and we don't know our child anymore? He used to be sweet and stuff, watch cartoons. You came home one day, he had a tattoo on his shoulder, lips was black, eyes was yellow, and he was sagging his pants. What happened to little Timmy? They call him T-Dog now. You didn't even know that. You wasn't engaged with his friends. You made sure Timmy had Jordans. You made sure Timmy had an Xbox. You made sure Timmy went to the summer thing and went to that. You did a great job. But while you wasn't looking, Timmy little homeboy wasn't getting none of that. He wasn't getting any of that. And then Timmy came down with what we call survivor's guilt. But while he's hanging around other children who are not getting a support system, he gets a case of survivor's guilt that says, man, I feel guilty that I'm getting more than what they're getting, so I'm going to start identifying with them rather than the other way around. So Timmy started acting like he ain't got nothing. He started acting like ain't nobody looking out for him. How many parents can identify with that? I can't tell you over the past 26 years how many times I've run into young people who have both parents at the house, live in a nice, quiet neighborhood, yet at the same time, they walk out the house, you think that they lived in the middle of Chambers Street. You think they came straight out of Butler, straight off the streets. And I'm not dissing Chambers, I'm just saying there's a culture in the streets that's not in the suburbs. So how does that culture that's in the streets creep into your suburban home that you work so hard to get your children away from? See, you can run from it all you want to, but it's going to catch you. If we're not building institutions to improve our community, if we're not truly taking care of our community, how can we expect each other to improve? How can we expect the next generation to show improvement if we're not taking responsibility for them? You might say, hey, I send them to school every day. Whose school? Whose school do you send them to every day? What are they teaching them at that school? And how is what they're teaching them at that school relevant to survival, relevant to dealing with the issues that are in the community? These are just questions. Do you control the curriculum at the school? Can you go down to the school, your public school, and tell them you want them to start a class in such and such, and they're going to do it? Or do you have to go to the podium at the school board meeting, round up enough votes, do a petition, complain, protest, and all that just to get them to think about putting the class you want in this school? In Fort Worth, we submitted a Black History course to implement at Dunbar High School. Brother Carlos Rogers over there at the time doing a great job over there. You know, Brother Carlos, shout out. Soon as Carlos sent it through that the district couldn't find no holes in the curriculum, so they had to shoot back to my brother like, yeah, man, this is good. We can do this. I mean, this is good. They couldn't poke holes in it, right? But next thing we know, Brother Carlos is removed from the position. New principal comes in, he's not interested in the curriculum. So, yeah. Gotta excuse my babies in the background, they're having baby drama. So he wasn't interested in it, so we couldn't get it in that way. The other brothers doing Timbuktu curriculum, trying to get it, they had to protest, yell, shout, scream, just to get a Black history class, just to get a class to teach us about our history. In 2017, we have people going on multiple fronts and running into brick walls just to get a class. Just to get a class. So whose school are we sending them to? And how can you take responsibility for a group of people that obviously you have no real authority over throughout certain hours of the day? Once they get to school, they're not yours anymore. They're in somebody else's hands. Their minds is in somebody else's hands. Teaching a curriculum that not only do many of us don't understand what's in it, but we don't understand how it's going to affect us in the future. And we looking up, and I ain't even talking about the ones that drop out of school. Look at our graduates. How prepared are our graduates for the future? Now, I'm not talking about your special summa cum laude baby. I know you got a valedictorian baby. I ain't talking about your special baby. I'm talking about the masses. You know, the average student is a BC student. The average graduate is a BC student. He's not the all A student. What are BC students looking like coming out of high school with their diploma? If you want to know, you can ask them because they working at Walmart. If you want to know, you can ask them because they sitting at the house. Just go knock on their door. Some of them going off to school, but why are they going off to school? Because they have a plan, or because they say when you get a high school diploma, you're supposed to go to college? That's a dream. That's not a plan. So how many are coming home after one semester? Ask TCC. Ask Prairie View. Ask UTA. How many African children go home after one semester? How many Black children enroll in college? I'm in school. What you gonna major in? Computers. What is computers? Hardware, software? I don't know. Because they done sat up. You let them sit up in that public school in front of that guidance counselor, pseudo guidance counselor, fill out all them college forms, and they didn't know what they was filling out. And they learned some good answers to throw you off. Yeah, I want to go into psychology. You go, oh, my baby want to go into psychology. And you just leave it at that. You ain't good no deeper. My baby, and you brag to your friend, my baby, what you gonna be, baby? Psychologist. See, like just cause the baby can say psychologist means she's actually preparing to become one. Now, when your baby say I'm going into psychology, you go get your baby psychology books. When your baby say I want to be a psychologist, you let your baby get on their phone, get on their computer, look up different branches of psychology, baby. Let's see what type of psychologist you want to be. That's what you do. The school's not going to do that. That's not their job. Their job is to prepare them to pass the test. That's it. The school's job is to prepare your child to pass a test so the money can keep coming in. Their job is not to help your child become what they say they're going to become. That's our job. Now, it should be the school's job to back up a child's plan for the future, but that's not what we have. Let's just be realistic about it. That's not what we have. What we have is a system that says, okay, yeah, good, that's great, that's great, that's great. Did you study your packet? Yeah, that's great, that's great. Benchmarks next Thursday. Are you ready? So see, in that system, if Johnny just ain't good in algebra, Johnny's a failure, but Johnny might be a master carpenter. But because Johnny can't pass the algebra part of the test, they're going to send Johnny to the back, criminalize Johnny. They got to get him off the books. Because as long as he's taking the test and he's not passing, that's a money hit against the school. So there's no incentive to find out what Johnny's good at. If Johnny can't pass his test, we need Johnny out of the school. If you don't believe me, check out the Fort Worth Weekly. I think it was about a year ago. They did an expose on Arlington Heights where they were actively pushing students out of school that they believe wouldn't pass the test. If you don't think it's happening. But he might be a master carpenter. A master carpenter don't need to know the quadratic equation. You don't need to know. If you want to learn it on the side, cool. But what we really need him to know is how to measure this wood, how to cut it. He needs to know angles. He needs to know how to build. But we don't get to explore that, do we? In that public school system. So what does taking responsibility for our children really look like? Are we being responsible when we allow our children to be somewhere that's not pulling out their fullest potential? Are we being responsible when we allow them to be somewhere that's going to criminalize them, that's going to penalize them for classroom behavior? You know they give tickets for classroom behavior now. Are we being responsible parents by teaching our children to adapt to it rather than holding the institution accountable, changing or destroying the institution and building new institutions of our own? I guess that's another level of responsibility. You do have the second-class citizen level of responsibility where you go to Massa porch and you beg Massa for more sugar cane. Now, on the plantation, things get rough, you know, but you're on the plantation, you're trapped. You can't walk free, you can't leave. The patrollees are outside the gate. So when things get tough, you can't make Massa do nothing. You have to appeal to Massa. So you go to Massa and Massa, we pulled in almost twice as much cotton this harvest. We was wondering if we could get some extra sugar cane on Christmas. Massa, we see how things was real good. The house is pristine, and how we've been working real extra hard this year. We was wondering if we can get an extra potato in our rations. That's how second-class citizens fight for change. So when we go in and we go to the district and say, school district, our children represent over $1 billion a year in your budget. Can we have one Black history class? That's a second-class citizen approach. You're saying, look how we appeal. Our tax dollars pay for this. Now, will you? We don't say our tax dollars pay for this, do it or else. We say our tax dollars pay for this, then we ask them to do something. That don't make sense to me. That's a second-class citizenship approach. And then they look at you as a second-class citizen because they'll tell you, sure, we'll look into that. And then they don't look into it. They'll tell you yes and then pull the rug right from under your eye, right from under your feet. I've seen it. I've watched it. Lie in your face. Because they're going behind the closed doors and they're saying, what are they going to do if we don't? Where are they going to go? We have them. They are so second class. What are they going to do? Now, when that pastoral community go to the school board, it's different. When that white community came down, goes to the school board, and Brother Johnny Muhammad will tell you he was there. The Tanglewood people, all the people came in there. They didn't say, will you? They said, our tax dollars pay for this, and either stop sending these other children into our district, or we're going to annex our district. We're going to annex our community and become our own district. That's what they told them. Y'all talking about the school choice? That just means little Dante is going to try to come to school over here in our neighborhood, and we don't want that. And stop it, or we're going to annex our community. And you know what the people on the school board did? Stopped it. Or started whispering about it, because one thing they know, and people wasn't lying, they are taking responsibility for their children. You can call them racist. You can say they're wrong. And they will say, I'm probably racist, but I just don't want Dante in my school with Kylie. I just don't want it. I guess I'm just wrong, but it's mine, so I'm going to do with it what I want to do with it. I'm not going to bend to the pressure of being called racist because I don't want black children in my school. They should build their own damn schools. But here we go, trying to change Mr. McGillicuddy. We want to change Mrs. Smith. We want to change them rather than develop us. We want to change, we want to appeal to them to change because we feel like they'll change before we will. We feel like they'll be able to embrace us quicker than we'll be able to embrace ourselves. That they'll be willing to accept us and treat us fairly before we can build our own factory, before we can build our own school, before we can run and annex and live in our own communities. We think the white folks gonna change. We think we can end racism before we can start black nationalism. We think we can end racism before we can embrace self and do for ourselves. We look on, like, well, I want what they got over there. Build it then. Build it. Raise children to build it. If you don't got the skill, make sure the next generation has the skill. We can't run our own schools. Man, you know, can we start with kindergarten? Run your own kindergarten. Let's pull all our pre-K kindergartens and first graders out of public school and put them in these empty churches during the week. Now, we can't find nobody to teach pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade. We in trouble. What does taking responsibility look? Let's look at the word responsibility. It says the state or fact, these are definitions, the state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or having control over someone, right? Now, don't get caught up on the control over someone. Get caught up on the duty part. The duty. That means that's your job. It's your duty to deal with something. So anything going on with our young people, we have to deal with it. It's our duty as their parents, collective parents, to deal with it. That's our duty, to deal with it. Us. Now, how are we dealing with it? I know some powerful and engaged black parents. This is not a blanket statement. I'm talking about us as a community. How are we dealing with it? On what level? I know in the 90s, the prison population for black people increased for 400%. 400%. They call that mass incarceration. So let's look at how we've dealt with it in the past. In the past, we've dealt with it by basically turning our children over to the justice system. I remember when Bill Clinton went to the black churches and got that crime bill passed, talking about Dr. King would be rolling over in his grave if he saw what was going on in the black community. You're a redneck from Arkansas. How the hell are you going to quote or get into the mind and hearts of Dr. King? And we listened to that. And he passed that 3 strikes law. He got the Rockefeller drug laws put in place. And next thing we know, everybody going to the penitentiary. People just attached to drug dealers going to the penitentiary. No mitigating circumstances. Baby mama's getting 7 to 8 years because the dope was in her purse. And now they felons. In many states, they can't even vote no more. So your voting power was diminished. Ain't gonna get no job when you come out and you got a felony on your jacket. 85% who went in came out and had to go right back in. We have an 85% recidivism rate. They're not preparing them to come back into society. They're preparing them to come back to jail. At the same time, prison becomes a big business, a multi-billion-dollar industry. Under Bill Clinton, your favorite white president. Yeah, they called him the first black president because he played the saxophone on Arsenio. A real black saxophone player know that he wasn't even all that good. He just good for a white boy. He was tricking you. He became the first president in generations to leave office with a surplus in the budget. That came from prison labor, slavery. They put on these little boot camp shows and convince you that your boy need a boot camp. Your boy might need a boot camp, but whose boot camp do we need to go to? You know how many times black soldiers have saved America? Why our soldiers aren't hosting boot camps? I bet we have some soldiers that, well, the soldier I know, who's an Iraq veteran, Baba Bomani, he hosts boot camps every week. But you want a little white boy with a crew cut. Well, what does he think about black chicks? It's just prison practice. That you come in and they tell you that your baby needs medicine. What? Medicine? Yeah, he ADHD, can't pay attention. Y'all, when that become a disease? When that comes, man, you know what? When you study geniuses, when you study the most successful people in the world, they can't pay attention. They be all over the place. Idea to idea, next concept to next concept. Working on 5, 6 different things at a time. Not being able to pay attention, that ain't what that is. What it is having a multiple focus. I can focus on 4, 5 things. But they tell you that your baby can't pay attention. But your baby's gifted because he can play blocks, look at the phone, get on the computer and read a book at the same time. But they tell you he's hyperactive. No, we used to just call that energetic. And then they say he needs to be on drugs. We got to give him medicine. What's the difference between dope and medicine? What's the difference between dope? Medicine is just dope in dosages. Medicine is just dope in a dosage. This is dope. Don't take all of them. Take one every 6 hours. That's when it becomes medicine. I guess if I put marijuana in a pill bottle and just give you a prescription, it becomes medicine. A lot of times you see people hooked on drugs on the streets. They don't say I'm going to get no dope. They saying I'm going to get my medicine. They say I'm going to get my medicine. So they're telling you to put your child on medicine. And you listening. And you listening. And you putting them on them pills that make them sick. That they just getting high. So the teacher don't have to deal with them. Is that taking responsibility? A state or fact of having a duty to deal with something. Is that dealing with it? Is that dealing with it? And so many of us know our babies don't belong home. Man. Responsibility also says the state or fact of being accountable or to blame for something. The state or fact of being accountable or to blame for something. This group has claimed responsibility. This group has claimed responsibility. Are we ready to claim responsibility? When things happen in our community, a lot of times we try to distance ourselves. That's the niggas over there. That's them over there. But as black parents, are we ready to claim responsibility for the product that we produce? Are we ready? Are we ready to hold that system accountable that's failing you, taking your tax dollars and failing you? Are you ready to hold them responsible? People get mad at me when I do that. Don't blame the white man. Don't blame, no blame, but we blame us. We shame ourselves. No one else can take responsibility. Okay, cool. We won't blame them no more. Now I'm blaming you. I'm putting it right in your lap, right in our lap. What level of responsibility are we willing to take to improve the conditions of our children? What level of responsibility are we willing to take? How far are we willing to go? The state or fact of becoming accountable or to blame for something. Do you volunteer for accountability? I do. I volunteer. I volunteer to be held accountable for the actions of black youth. If we can make that pledge as African adults, as black adults, that we pledge to be accountable for the actions of our youth. But if we pledge to be accountable for their actions, then we have to be accountable for the process. That means we have to control the whole process. That means we can't hand them over to any institution that's not completely under our control. Does that make sense to y'all? So if we control the process, we can be held accountable for the results. But if we keep giving up control of the process to people who have another result in mind, we're going to keep losing. And they're going to keep winning. Does that make sense? So let's be held accountable. But the accountability begins with controlling the process. Responsibility, the opportunity or ability to act independently. Listen to the third part. The opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. Every black person needs to memorize part 3. Responsibility is also the opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. The favorite thing I love about protesting and marching, especially the way Pastor Bell and them do it, like they downtown, they don't ask first, they just show up. They don't go and get a permit to march. They just go march. And you may have your opinions about the effectiveness of marching or whatever, but marching done the right way can be disruptive. It hurts money. They've been down there marching in front of Bass Hall while they've had the Van Clyburn Global Music Festival here. It's a, you know, they put on these token events to try to show how diverse they are, right? Well, it's a group of angry old black people down there right now walking around in front of it with boots on. In signs. It's disruptive. They didn't ask for me. They just took responsibility in the best way they know how. They're upset with the way the police chief done sold out. They're upset with the way he treated 2 black assistant chiefs. They're upset that Jacqueline Craig hasn't received justice. So they're taking responsibility the best way they know how. They're helping the Craig family with certain issues, helping with the legal issues. They stay on the press conferences, keeping it out front, and they protesting because they're taking responsibility. They're acting independently and making decisions without authorization. So whether or not you agree with the methodology, respect the fact that they're acting independently and making decisions without authorization. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time we stood up collectively and acted independently and made a decision without authorization regarding our youth? The opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. That's taking responsibility. It's not just saying, oh, it's my fault. It's not just saying, that's my child. It's also saying, I'm going to act independently on this thing. I'm going to build on this. I'm going to make decisions about what I'm responsible for without authorization from other people. They come in and tell us, your babies need to cut their hair and look more presentable. Who are they to tell us how our children should look? Girl, don't give him a ghetto name. They won't hire him. See, there they go. There they go. Making our decisions based on what white people will accept. Is that taking responsibility? How do you expect to be respected as a responsible person or people, especially by the people who know you're mimicking them? Have you ever been cool with the person in your clique that just copied off of you? You know that person. What you want to do? Whatever you want to do. Dog. That's us. So what level of responsibility are you ready to take? We can do phase one, the duty to deal with some control. That's my baby. We control. That's my baby. We willing to do stage two, the state of acting accountable, blame something. It's our fault. It's on us. We love to do that. Matter of fact, one of my pet peeves is when the police officer gets away with killing a black youth, and it's always some black person that jump on there and say, "We can't say nothing about them killing us. Look at us killing us." We take uber blame. We take so much blame that we don't think we deserve justice until we become the only people in the world that don't kill each other, because everybody else do it. Everybody else do it. We can't say nothing. Look at us killing us. But when have us not killed us? I'm not saying it ain't something we need to work on. We do need to work on it, but you don't suspend justice until that's taken care of. It doesn't make you any less worthy of a defense because we have violent people in your race. If a race was judged by the amount of violent people in it, white people would be slaves. I'm just saying. If a race was judged by levels of fratricidal violence, white on white violence trumps everything. Y'all know over 200,000 white folks died in the Civil War. That was white on white violence. That was white on white violence. World War I was white on white violence. World War II was white on white violence. Timothy McVeigh, white on white violence. Yeah, we come current, read the news. It's white on white violence in the news every day. It's just on page 3, 4, and 5 and ain't no pictures. That means somebody white did it. Just read about a white real estate agent. He a real estate agent. I think in South Carolina, sitting on 100 acres of land. They done found 13 bodies on his land. A lot of times you see people go up missing. They on private on white land getting killed.
Yeah.
They on private on white land getting sacrificed in the ritual.
The little white girl forced the boyfriend, coached the boyfriend suicide.
Just read about a little white girl that just got found guilty, 19, because she's 19 now, but when she was a juvenile, she talked to her boyfriend over the phone, convinced him to commit suicide. That's white on white violence. You don't see white people in the street saying stop white on white violence. I know. They don't carry the collective shame that we've been taught to carry. Everything bad that black person do, all black people did. All these young people out here doing the right thing, and all we talk about are the few that's doing the wrong thing. And we allow the world to characterize our children as the wrong thing. Then our children that's doing the right thing ain't getting no damn attention, so they start doing the wrong thing to get the attention. You know how many gangster rappers I know that ain't gangsters, don't want to rap about gangster stuff, but don't think they can get on the radio, get signed, or anybody listen to their music if they don't talk about it. You're convinced of that. When there ain't nothing for those of us, especially those of us out here with disposable income, to start providing shows with young rappers that do positive music. We should have elaborate stages out for them. Top-notch studio equipment for them to record on. Because that's how you fight, that's how you take responsibility. We make an independent decision. We act independent aspects of our community. Because black people love on black people every day. Most black people I know ain't never killed a black person. I ain't never killed one. So why do we devote $1 million rallies and say a message like, let's stop killing each other? Why we on the outside looking in, you saying, damn, that's just a community full of people killing each other. And that's not what it is. We have violence in our community that needs to be eradicated. But our community in itself is not violent. I ain't never walked outside in the hood and just started shooting. Ever. Ever. And back when I was coming up, you pretty much knew where and when the shooting was going to happen. Sunday night, right when the sun went down, on Miller. If you go hang out at the car wash, you hang out for a little while, then you go. If you in the ballroom, you know your sets. Okay, 4 trays in here, but 5 deuces might come. You see the 5 deuces walk in, you leave. But that's not our whole community. My grandmama on the 5 deuces. Ain't in them ain't in gangs. Your little cousin Darrell ain't in gangs. But we devote all the attention. We allow white people to come in and say, this is what's wrong with your community. And they throw all the attention, all the money, to the point where black leaders like, man, I can't get a grant unless I talk about the gang problem. It was funny when the recent shootings was happening. You had a lot of people posturing like, yeah, y'all better watch out, white people. The streets are going to explode. That's cold. So give me a grant. I'll go work with them. Streets wasn't no close to exploding on white folks in 2017 than it was in 1942. And let's just be real. That's not finna happen. That's not finna happen. We're not educated to take that level of responsibility. We're not educated to take that level. Now, you get back at black people who cross you. You don't get back at the government when it crosses you. You don't get back at police officers or white people in general when they cross you. If we were a community like that, police brutality would probably end tomorrow. You don't hear Chinese people talking about they done killed another Chinese. They didn't have to go mess with them Chinese gangs like that. I used to work with gangs. We approach the Asians different. It's tied into their culture. They would steal their children. It's like, yeah, he's a knucklehead, but he's my knucklehead. Not yours. I'll punish him. I'll deal with him. That's another level of responsibility. See, in order to do that, you have to have the ability to act independently and make decisions without what? Authorization. You know why you worried about where your baby's at night? Because we don't own the places that they go to. What if we own strip malls and at the end of the night, whatever, you move things out, pull out some pool tables, whatever, and just let our babies chill in our businesses, on our property. And we patrol them with our people. That's taking responsibility. The Uhuru Academy is our effort to act independently and make decisions without authorization. Nobody gave me permission to start the Uhuru Academy. I didn't seek permission. There was no authorization from the state of Texas. One thing about the state of Texas that I love is that separatist white people did not want to integrate, so they made sure that there were no laws on the books preventing Texas citizens from homeschooling and pulling their children out of school. You could start a private school in the state of Texas, just get your assumed name and get to work. You can graduate them right there at your house. So we take advantage of that. We're acting as sovereign citizens. And we're taking the responsibility of educating our children. Full responsibility. From pre-K to 12th grade. Or whatever grading system we choose to use. We don't even grade the same at the Uhuru Academy. All grades are subjective. We don't grade the same. We don't just collect a collection of work, average out the number, and then that's their grade. We don't do that because that's not a true depiction of your child's performance. We grade children on work ethic. That's subjective. That's observation. You got to show me that you're working. Just because you did it right don't mean you worked hard at it. We grade them on participation. I'm not discussing things in class for my health. You better talk. You better get that presentation done. You better get in front and express yourself. And then we grade on performance. That'd be a little quiz here and that sort of thing, running it back. Sometimes the quiz is just call and response. Sometimes it's written. But you can perform well, but not participate. And not have good work ethic. So you don't get an A on a report card at the Uhuru Academy just because you perform well. Your work ethic and your participation is a part of the performance. Independent act. We do vocabulary presentations every Thursday at the Uhuru Academy. All our babies from 3rd grade on up do PowerPoint presentations, Prezi presentations, poster board presentations on a weekly basis. Because at the end of the day, they're going to have to be able to present themselves. Irregardless of the trade or field that they go into. Just some of the things you can do when you have your own institution. Responsibility, the opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. So what does taking responsibility for our youth look like? And can we truly say we're taking responsibility if within that taking of responsibility, we're not acting independently and making decisions without authorization? We have to be able to analyze what's going on with our children. We have to be honest about what we see. Quit being scared to talk about the racism when you see it, the systemic racism. Quit being scared to talk about the cultural self-hate when you see it. Got to stop being scared. And then we make decisions according to what's best for our children, making no apologies to anybody else. I'm sorry, public school system. Yes, you're going to lose billions of dollars. But that ain't my problem. I want my tax dollars. And I want my children. Period. And that's when it'll change. If you just want a public school system, it's not going to do anything for you until you don't feed it. Till you got to stop feeding it. That's how animals respond. You stop feeding them and watch what they do. Stop feeding the person. Watch what they do. My nephew got in trouble the other day, and my sister said she wasn't going to feed him. He got real nice. A few hours later, he's being real respectful. Just a few hours later. Stop feeding the school system. Watch what it do. Can the school system afford to lose the black dollar? Well, if they can't afford to lose you, act like it. Act like they can't afford to lose you. And understand that when they don't fear losing you, that means they know they've done a good job of miseducating you. They ain't gonna do nothing. We graduated them. Parents ain't gonna do nothing. They our product too. They'll never come against us. They'll never build their own school system. They'll never take their children out on a mass level. We don't educate them to take that type of responsibility. We educate them to take childlike responsibility. See, a child is able to say, I did it and I'm sorry. But a child doesn't have the ability to make independent decisions without authorization. And we've been educated to be childlike. Don't get mad at me. Just prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You want to say stop the killing? Let's stop killing them mentally first. Let's see if they'll still kill each other after we have their minds. After we teach them to love each other, let's see if they still kill each other. After we teach them that they're kings and queens and teach them that they're nation builders, mathematicians and farmers and nurses and doctors by nature, let's see how they behave after that. Let's just give it a shot. Let's see what happens if we don't allow them to be taught that they just niggas, bitches, and hoes. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Are you ready to take that kind of responsibility, though? That's another level. That's that next level of the game. That's what Malcolm was talking about. That's what Dr. King was talking about. They did the talking. Now to the so-called black leader, we supposed to shut up and do the doing. Y'all still want to protest and hook arms and say, we shall overcome. Overcome, man, damn it. Why are we still marching in 2017 and it's just the march? Now, I respect the marching, but I don't respect just the march. So I show love to Dr. Michael Bell and his march because behind the march, he's organizing. Behind the march, he provided an African-centered school for his community when he partnered with the Uhuru Academy. See, he's doing it or else. So he can march and talk noise. But we got a lot of them that they J-A-M, they jam, they just a march. They out here jamming. Just a marching. New level of responsibility time. All right. So I'm excited about some great things that's going on that I want to share with everybody. Right quick. First off, we have our Lone Star RBG. We have our RBG Family Weekend coming up, the 6th annual RBG Family Weekend. We're expecting around 2,000 plus people this year, coming from all over the country, you know, and that's going to be August 18th through the 20th, right here in Fort Worth, Texas. Inbox me for more details, but it's the 6th annual RBG Weekend. We got the RBG Music Awards on Friday night. We have the African-Centered Education Conference on Saturday morning. Then we have the RBG Family Cookout and Concert Saturday night, right? And then we have Temple. You know, you can't build a mighty African nation without spirituality. We have Temple of New African Unity on Sunday, and it's all about the family. Brothers and sisters out there that think you're not into the black stuff, you into this. You more into this than you think you are. You know, because you into family. Yes, you are. So are we. You into good music. So are we. You into culture. You into having a good time. You into us coming together. So are we. That's what this is about. This ain't just for the dashiki words. Quake can come, take can come. Everybody can come to this. We don't put famous people on the flyer. Sometimes famous people show up. We don't put famous people on the flyer. The people are the stars at RBG Family Weekend. This is our 6th annual. There's never been a fight, never been a dispute. New relationships have been formed. Marriages have been formed. New schools have been built as a result of RBG Family Weekend. Shout out to the Asasi Academy in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Uhuru Academy in Columbia, South Carolina. We black family building, black institution building, black nation building. RBG Family Weekend, if you're talking about repatriating somewhere else in the world, maybe you want to move to South America, maybe you want to move to Africa, come to RBG Family Weekend. We got people that are going to be there that are engaged in that do that can give you a first-hand account on what that's all about. You want to know more about African-centered education and providing African-centered education and homeschooling to our children, come to RBG Family Weekend. We got people there that train families on how to homeschool and take over the education of their children. And you looking for somebody to be in a relationship with, and you want to be fine and cute, come to RBG Weekends. A whole bunch of them there too. A lot of handsome brothers, a lot of fine sisters. Look at I ain't gonna say they thirsty. I don't blame them. If I was a black man, I'd be looking for a black woman too, without shame. So it happens. It's there. You know what I'm saying? And so everyone here is definitely invited. But we got people coming now verified from Detroit. We got a bus coming from Atlanta. We got LA coming. We got New York coming. We got North Carolina coming. We got South Carolina coming. Kansas City is coming. Tampa, Florida's coming. Miami, Florida's coming. Oh, Sawa, what you doing, baby? All right, let Baba finish shouting out all the stuff we got going on. So that's RBG Family Weekend, all right? Now, what else we got going on? In November, you got the Black Power Awards, okay, in Atlanta going on. That's an RBG event as well, right? And that's going to be popping. Shout out to Dwayne Jordan, Brother DJ. Hold on right quick. No, y'all can't drink a whole one of these by yourselves. Y'all got to share this. Yes, I'll put in your cups in just a second, okay? All right. So, okay. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me take care of my babies right quick. You know what? While I take care of them, because I ain't through, I'm going to do this right quick. This is a single. Right now, we're voting for the RBG Single of the Year. The voting ends at midnight, right? At midnight, I got a song that's nominated that I'm featured on with Brother Supreme, RBG, you know what I'm saying? And featuring Zaid Malik called Missing You. It's an ode to our ancestors that we miss. And I'm going to play that for you while I take care of my baby. Y'all bring that up. Pour this one out in the sink. Hold on, this is my water.
passed away. And to this day, that shit hurts in the worst way. I should have been home to see about my granny. I look in the mirror sometimes, I can't stand me. I can't even explain the depths of my pain. At night I can't sleep, it drives me insane. So I medicate myself with weed and drugs, hoping and praying it will replace her hugs. But it never do, so the tears keep flowing. She appears in my dreams, her aura be glowing. That's how I'm knowing she heard my cry. That's how she's showing that we never die, that we never end. So listen, my friend, love on your people and pour out some gin for the ones that's gone, the ones we missing. Keep smashing the gas and complete the mission. Damn, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny, man. Damn, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny, man. Damn, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny, man. Damn, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny. Ooh, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny, man. Ooh, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny, man. Ooh, I miss my granny, man. I miss my granny, man. Ooh, I miss my granny. I miss my granny.
I had to pray before I spit this one. Reminiscing to my mama, dedicate the mission. She was my God, I need to talk, she would always listen. I wasn't whole, she always knew exactly what was missing. She knew me best, now she at rest, I'm kneeling at her altar. This is a test that got my chest, I'm trying not to falter. There is no death, but when she left, I wish that I could offer up myself in exchange for feeling like I lost her. We pour libation, but I miss hearing my mama calling, yelling my name like hurry up, Stephen, why you stalling? When she came to live with me, the kids and wife was all in. Time to soldier up for mama, everybody fall in. You fix the meals, I check the oxygen, you bring her pills. Make her ice water, talk to her, pay all her bills. She couldn't see the babies, but she laughed and played with them still. Made you comfortable while you and Rod was sealing the deal. Miss you for real, I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man. I miss my mama, man. Damn, I miss my mama, man.
My brother from another mother. Damn, I miss him. First one that taught me how to break down a pistol. Only thing that I could think, I could use you now. Things would be a lot different if you was around. My brother from another mother, that didn't matter. Cause you the one I named my first son after. Your name live on. Pac and Yak live on. And if you can't live on earth, then you can live on my song. Or you can live in my dreams. Every time you visit, make me wonder, is this as real as it seems? Deja vu, the rider in you. Got you passing messages, trying to leave me a clue. Okay, I was mad at you, sad at you. Now I'm not mad at you, feeling like that was something that had to happen. These bitch niggas, they don't even own their own life. You took control of your own life. Salute. I miss my brother, man. Damn, I miss my brother, man. I miss my brother, man. Damn, I miss my brother, man. 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 Damn, I miss my brother, man. I miss my brother, man. Damn, I miss my brother, man. I miss my brother, man. Damn, I miss my brother, man. 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 Damn, I miss my brother, man.
Yeah, that's that Missing You off the GLU album, Supreme Rock. That's what's up, you know. Man, so I'm gonna end it right there, y'all. I'm gonna end it right there. You know, we have to take responsibility. We have to take responsibility for what's going on with our children. We have to take responsibility for what's going on in our community. Don't forget what responsibility is. It's not just taking the blame. It's definitely not walking in shame. Responsibility is the opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. In Cobra Conference, the In Cobra Convention is going on right now at Acts of Change in Dallas. In Cobra is the National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America. This is their 28th conference. I'm going to be, even know they need to be fought for real. It takes a special kind of sacrifice, you know. Here we are, here it is. A new date, matter of fact, I can give you a new date right now. Matcham. 2408 East Belknap. We have a networking event from 7 to midnight, live music, food vendors, good time, man, a good time. So keep your Mondays melanated, you know what I'm saying? Just come in, you know, it's Monday, the work week done started, you need to wind down after work. Come over to Melanin Mondays every Monday. I'm telling you, my contacts are in there, and I got some good contacts. So if you want to get some networking done, you definitely want to come to Melanin Mondays. And that launched last week. So this coming Monday, Melanin Mondays, just tend to get in. You know what I'm saying? But you're guaranteed to win. So come through to that as well. And proceeds from Melanin Mondays go to the Uhuru Academy. All right. So you can support the school while having a good time at the same time. You know, want to shout out some businesses that are always there for us and help us and sponsor us. Carries Every Moment gift baskets, and I'm going to start posting contact information as well when I do my bills. But Carries Every Moment's gift basket. She's Carrie Porter on Facebook. Want to shout her business out. She does gift baskets for every occasion, and she's the best. Her sister Evan Bakes. When you get the jar cake gift basket combo, you cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to check out Carrie, Carrie Porter, Porter, online, you know, on Facebook. Carrie's Every Moment gift basket. Want to shout her out. Want to shout out KOTF Cuts, King of the Funk Cuts, my boy Ray Wavy. He gonna get you right if you need to get cut up. So he's Ray Wavy, RayWavy on Facebook. Definitely check him out. You know what I'm saying? And let me think of one more, cause it's so many, man. We have so many community partners, it don't make no sense. I'm gonna shout out the Black Wall Street Fort Worth, right? They have the Black Wall Street Fort Worth. They do an outdoor flea market every Saturday at Alethea Temple Church. I don't know when the next one is. I'll get that date up soon, but I want to shout out to my boy Cecil Collier, my boy Angelico for McKinney for putting together the Black Wall Street Fort Worth and trying to circulate that black, not trying, actually circulating the black dollar. Y'all, if you want to know something black going on, just get at me. Alright? If it's black power, if it's black people supporting black people, your boy know about it. So holla at me. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to help get the word out, holla at me. I can do that. Alright? This ain't my only platform. So that being said, I got to go. Do what I got to do. Got some work to do today. We got our adult African history class, which is not too late to sign up. The adult African history class. And that is, let me see something. Hold up. I can show you better than I can tell you. You go to uhuruacademy.com, right? Man, don't get mad at me because I can go live and go to my websites and stuff, man. You know, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that. We gotta make every interaction count. All right. Go to the website uhuruacademy.com. Click on the link Uhuru Academy Adult African History Program. That's going on right now. We're having our first class. We had orientation last week. First class tomorrow. Last day to sign up will be next Friday. Next Friday, which is let me see. Next Friday, which is the 30th. June 30th is the last day to sign up. But if you sign up between now and then, I will get you caught up personally. The class is just to take the Ancient African History class, which is a 7-week course that we're gonna condense it. We're gonna condense it into 4 weeks though. To take that first class is $200. To take the African American History class after that is another $200 to take them. But if you pay for both of them, you get $50 off. So $350 enrolls you into Uhuru University, into our adult African History class. We have very excited students signed up for this first one, and I'm going to take as many as 12, so I have 4 slots open. This ain't for the uber conscious. This ain't for you cats that already know can name all 4 types of upright humans before Homo sapiens. It ain't for y'all. This ain't for y'all. This ain't for the ones that can run down the whole lineage of King Akhenaten. This is for adults, black people who want to learn our story and not have it delivered to them in a condescending way, but in a professional classroom setting that's also fun. This is what this African history class is about. Especially if you send your children to Uhuru Academy to learn, you better sign up for the adult class. I may start including this in an enrollment package for our adults. But you see that in the ancient African history class, and this is just to spark your journey. I can't teach you everything there is about black people. But week 1, who am I? Identifying black people, right? What does that term even mean, right? 2, birthplace of humanity. Week 3, the birthplace of civilization. Week 4, Nile Valley culture and its contributions. Week 5, great African civilizations. Week 6, the African global presence. And week 7, the invaders. Ooh, it's going to be a good class. It's going to be a good course. You can sign up at uhuruacademy.com. Just like I did, you go to the menu, go to that more menu right there, and see, it's the first one. It's the first one, Adult African History class. And you can register right here online. You can register and pay for the course right here online. Once you do that, I'll add you into our class, which we are hosting on a video conferencing app called Zoom. I'll add you to the class once you get everything taken care of, and we go from there. See, the registration form is right here online. You can submit it right there, and we can get to work. We can get to work. And if we don't do nothing, we're going to spark your journey. If we don't do nothing, we're going to spark your journey. All right. Well, I held y'all over the hour that I plan to do. Let me go ahead and cut this right here. I got babies going crazy all around me, and it's time to get back on my daddy duties. But peace, black power, support the Uhuru Academy at uhuruacademy.com/donate. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you got problems spelling it, uhuruacademy.com/donate. We can't build it if you don't support it. Peace and black power.